And Mona's out there, so it's not. She's in the office, and then after this, she's on a mission,
I'm gonna be outside.
and she's coming for you.
I'm coming.
Okay. Oh, that sounded like a threat. That on my part. She's a lovely woman. So my God, the way I said that, she's coming for you. No, and I mean, and it's all to the good. I mean, Mona's coming just to, provide a service for you that will help your business, and also for churches. I mean, because I've said this, Mona, before you joined the team here at Knox Media, that I would love to start seeing the parking lots of churches start to fill up.
That would be a beautiful
you
thing.
know and ever since COVID, and the enemy just loved it when COVID hit, because he's like, oh, I can keep them at home now.
Oh no, it didn't stop us.
It didn't stop. No, it held back a few, but now we've gotten through that, and we're still thriving, and we're moving forward, and there are vaccines, and there's still masks, designer masks. So
Hmm.
there's really no excuse, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how you're gonna explain to the Lord when He gets here to bring us home that see, what had happened was no, no. So it'll just be really, it's a good thing. It'll be a beautiful thing when the churches, and I always imagine going heading towards Galilee, and there are several churches along the way to hear singing,
Mm.
from the other churches.
Yes,
I that's just my little fantasy, but just to,
like on Color Purple.
yes. Okay, she took me there. Yes.
That's what I think of when you said that.
That
Hearing the music outside of the church, yeah.
as you're driving down the road on the way to your own church, and you just see people walking into the church,
Hmm.
and the doors are open and people are walking, you can see them walking in, or you could just hear music, or something like that. I want the devil to be mad, because I really don't care.
Mm.
I want him mad, so, which means let's fill up the churches
Step on his neck.
and step on his neck. He probably about that big. And we just think, oh my God, the devil is doing it. Probably about like that.
Hmm.
But
Compared to God, he.
compared to God, good Lord, that see Mona, I'm trying to tell you, she got a lot up in her. She just, I don't know what's the matter with her. I love talking to her though. I'm so glad she's with Knox Media Group. I really am, and she's gonna do a great job here. Not going to. She already has started.
Thank you.
No, really, you really have, and so she makes me smile. And she's a feel good person. You're a feel good person,
Well, thank you.
if
I
that
didn't
made
know
any
that,
sense.
but thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I was gonna say I don't even know if that made
I take
sense.
that as a compliment.
It is. It's
Thank you.
uh. Is the internet down again? It's not even coming on. Oh, it woke up. Cause I was gonna wing it anyway with the other stories. I thought you said you had. No, that's an old one. I still have that one from Colorado from Deion Sanders' son. And then last night, uh, who was it? The Jets and Buffalo Bills. Yes. And oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask you, but right in the who was it? Aaron Rodgers? Right in the first quarter hadn't even got started good, and the man had an injury, and that was their
Oh
star
wow.
quarterback.
No.
I'm trying to think what team they brought him from, but anyway, oh, everybody was watching that one because it was Aaron Rodgers, and I mean, it's a possibility. I think he's going through an MRI today or some sort of procedure because they think it's his Achilles heel, and
Oh
if that is the case, he will be out the rest of the football season.
wow.
Just started. Just started.
That's tough.
And the amount of money that they offered this man and that he's receiving, I mean, he's an excellent player, but they got him out. It wasn't even halfway through the first quarter, and they just, oh my God, it was a good game. I was trying to stay awake, and I was looking at it, and then they decided to go into overtime, and I thought, Lord, I'm not gonna make it.
Uh,
And so I saw the first play, and I don't know when it happened, but the Lord put me to sleep because the next thing I saw was the news, and I'm like, what? Who won?
who did?
Jets.
Oh,
They
okay.
came back, because I really thought there for a minute the Buffalo Bills, they were going to take it, but But like I said, Aaron Rodgers, they took him out, and they didn't mean it,
Hmm.
but it was an injury, and so they carried him off the field. And I'm like,
So, what team do the injured player play for?
the injured player plays for the Jets.
Okay, but they still won.
They still won.
Okay.
They came back, and I mean, it was questionable because I really thought the Buffalo Bills was going to do it.
Mm.
Because oh God, now I can't think of his name. My man. Anyway, he had a heart attack. You heard about? Well, I don't want to say a heart attack, but he had a heart thing. It kept him out of the. It was all last year, and it was on the news. I gotta. I'm gonna have to take Mona to the side. Help her with the football game. And this is my first year. I think I told you guys yesterday, or I told someone in the hall that I'm gonna make it my business this year to really sit and enjoy at least one or two games, because for the last 3, 4, 5 years I only catch it on the news and I'm like, God, I wish I would have seen that game. It doesn't matter if it's football or basketball. I've been missing it all.
Well, I think working here, I'm gonna become a football fan.
And between here and her three boys, wait for basketball. It doesn't matter. You're gonna become basketball and football, and those are the exciting ones. Not to put the baseball players down, but it's too slow for me into the World Series.
The baseball.
You know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe it is. I'm sure it's a good game. It's been around for look. I was gonna say thousands of years. But I can't be out in the heat. I don't like it. I can't sit out in the stands in the heat.
Okay.
You know. Now I'm just gonna be one of those, and I'll have to sit somewhere where it doesn't disturb people. But if I had to, not at a baseball game, but I've gone to football games, and by the grace of God, the seats that I've had, there was something over me,
Okay.
and everybody else was sitting in the sun, and I'm like, oh Jesus, because if I had to, I'll take a umbrella.
I was gonna say, they got those little umbrella chair things that you could put on the
Yeah.
benches, and the umbrella be up
Okay,
here.
then I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll be good.
you have a cushion seat and protection from the
Now, see,
sun.
for somebody who doesn't know much about sports, she knows that. And that's why I see that helped me, So yeah, I'll go to a few games and sit outside, and especially if I get to see Dion. Oh well, that's your man. That's your.
Yeah,
I'm
that's me. No,
sorry. Yeah.
used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah, you
Well,
have
he's
it
still.
now.
Well, he's married, and that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
But that was your childhood
Crush.
crush.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, it's okay to have a crush. But yeah, that poor that I mean, it's not that it ended his career. It's just his first season. If I were him, I'd be a little upset too. That you can't. You're starting with a new team.
Mhm.
You're in the first quarter, just a few minutes in, and that injury happens, and now you're out. He'll probably be on the sidelines, of course, and go to every game, but it's like, ugh, I can imagine. So God bless him. I hope and they're having high hopes that it's not that serious, that it's really
Right.
not the Achilles heel. But when they rolled him off the field and then they had him in this boot walking into the, what do you call it,
The locker room.
locker room, she's here to help me into the locker room. So we'll know something today,
Okay.
tomorrow. So I'm praying for his sake, his fans. It's ain't gonna stop his money flow. I don't think it's gonna stop his money flow, but I do hope that he's not injured seriously. And now I want to share another story with
Okay.
you. Well, there's two of them, and I'm not sure which one um to go to, because there's the one about the man, and he's been rescued. I might as well talk about that. But there's also a 12-year-old boy who pulled an unconscious man from the bottom of the pool.
Oh.
I mean, a man. So he's heavy. Let me.
Well, in water you're weightless.
Yeah. And then I saw the struggle he had. So once he got him out, but when he got to those steps that get out of the pool,
Mhm.
then he kind of plopped him right
Okay.
there because he couldn't really get him
Right.
out. But I guess it was his therapist, and it well, it was at the family's home, and I'm trying to figure out what type. It's a behavioral therapist.
Mhm.
And there was a surveillance video up there, so they were in the pool, and the man told the boy, "I'm gonna see how long I can hold my breath."
Mhm.
So he went to the bottom of the pool, and the boy thought, okay, after about 3, 4, 5 minutes, I'm like, this is way too long,
Right.
and then he noticed that his body was kind of like limp.
Mhm.
So he rushed over to him and he pulled him out. I mean, I'm just going by what I heard on the news. I have to like skim through it and read, but
Okay.
he pulled him out, and well, you could see him on the video thing swimming and pulling. Like you said, he's weightless,
Mhm.
but until he got to those steps, and then he kind of plopped out,
Right.
and he never went through CPR or anything like that. So they showed the surveillance cameras following, all through the front yard and the back. The boy was just yelling and screaming for help. Then he ran back to the man, and it was because of a show, a movie that he seen,
Mhm.
that he began to do CPR,
Oh wow. And he saved him.
and he saved him. And then
That's
his
wonderful.
father ran through the gates. His mother, I think she was on the phone or on her way there because the father had called her. They called the paramedics. But because of something he seen in a movie, because I think they said, lift the head, do this, do that, in the movie. So
Mhm.
they were going step by step how to do it. And the boy remembered the movie, and he
That's
followed that
amazing. Beautiful.
and saved his therapist.
I love that
I love that too because you don't know what you're capable of doing until you're in that
position. Yes.
position and
Yes.
situation, and thank God that I always go back to him because it's like he instills something in us, to where it's like, because that boy, it came to his remembrance of a movie he seen, and the movie was giving step by step. It wasn't even a matter of fact, the movie that they showed, and I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't instructions like, okay, this is how we're gonna. It was one of those panic situations,
Mhm.
and so they were trying to get this boy. I guess he was in a water inside of a cave or something like that, and they pulled him out. So it was kind of a panic situation,
Right.
and he remembered because he's in a panic situation, and he
Exactly.
remembered how the man was telling him to lift the boy's head and turn him this way and do these compressions and this many times, and so it was in panic mode, and he was watching this movie and he remembered and he did it. So I think that I'm so glad that I just feel like the spirit was with him, an angel, somebody was with him to help. He took long enough because they showed him screaming for help,
Right.
and when he went back there, it's as if a little calm came over him and he just started doing it.
You never know how you would handle a situation until you're in that situation. So that's amazing that he had the knowledge to do that. The his memory. Because
Hmm.
I always say common sense ain't so common no more. But I guess it's just in certain places.
No, you know what? I've always said common sense is the least common of the senses because not everybody got it,
Mm-mm.
but that he even had the mindset. And me, I'm serious. I would have just said, God, you got to help me. That's my sister's prayer. She says, when I'm at my wits end and I don't know what to say or how to pray, I know what I'm going through, but it's just I can't get it out. She said, I always say, God, you got to help me. And she said always he just helps me because like our pastor said last Sunday, he won't put more on you than you can bear. And I'm like, oh my goodness, he thinks I can bear all of this because I've gone through some stuff,
Right.
as we all have. I mean, I'm not trying to make mine out to be any bigger than the next person because we've all had some heavy situations in our lives, but God,
But God, you
oh,
got through it because you're here.
by His grace, love, and mercy. Because I'm tell you, because when it's that's why I want people to know the goodness of Him. I want everybody to attend a church or to this. Even if you don't belong to one now, think of where He's brought you from, Well, I'm still in this mess, but you could have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
Stop making everything a negative. Well, the sky is blue, yeah, but it's going to get gray in a minute. I
Yeah.
know this. Good God. Thank God for every moment of your day. Jesus. I see I'm
Yes.
starting to get a little peeved about something. But yeah, see, and I don't the man was surprised. He said on the news too, he said, he said, I passed out, I believe, after 30 seconds. And he said, and I don't even know why. Because he wouldn't have played and said, I'm going to um do this. I'm gonna see how long I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
If he felt he couldn't, because he says he's a good swimmer. He's
Right.
been doing it for years. Full grown man. He's done that before. Stayed under for 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and held his breath, and then he pops back up. But this, he said, I just it was shortly after. I know, and so thank God he didn't drown
I
in those
know.
minutes that he lingered. God has a plan. We don't always know what it is,
No, we don't.
but thank God for it, So kudos, whatever that is, to the little boy.
I
But God
know.
bless you. I'll put it like that because I don't know. Kudos is so close to cooties. I don't know. I don't know what word. Oh God, you'll forgive me. Oh, wait a minute. See, it just flashed.
What's that?
It just keeps flashing. So anyway, I do have another little story, and we're already well. We still have about 12, 13 minutes, but I do want to invite you out to Galilee before, and I'm going to allow her to talk about our advertising here again, but I just wanted to invite you out to Galilee Missionary Baptist Church. If you do not have a home church and you would like to come out and visit, we are at 23001 County Road 14. Excuse me for a minute. I used to get that address messed up too.
Did you?
Because I don't know about county roads and this and
Right.
this and this coming, from where I come from. So I'm like, I didn't know the road between the county road and just a plain road. Uh, But I love Alabama. I'm still learning, and I've been here a minute. I'm still learning.
I've been here all my life. I'm still learning.
Okay, good. I feel better.
So don't feel bad.
Okay, I don't. I mean, I'm gonna kick it with Mona, and we're just gonna try to drive around and figure out where we are. But I do know it's 23001 County Road 14 in Florence, and Sunday services begin at 9 o'clock. But as I always say, come out and join us about 8:30, and you could have coffee, water, juice. I can never remember the pastries. I know there's them cinnamon swirls, donut sticks, honey buns. Just come on out. If you say I don't have time to make breakfast, or I just need a little something to hold me until I get
Yes,
to
that's
lunch,
great.
so we provide that for you. And like I said earlier, you could come in about 8:30 and just kind of sit in the sanctuary and just meditate or pray or just breathe, because all the rushing and that you've had all week, and
Yes.
trying to get the kids ready for church, or just trying to get yourself ready, the kids, grandkids. But please come out and join us, and come in about 8:30, like I said, and enjoy the refreshments, and just fellowshipping and talking with people. And if you just need to be alone, then the sanctuary is big enough. Just go in there and have a sit and wait to hear from the man of God, which our pastor is Pastor Mashur T. Knox. And I promise you, you will receive something when you walk out of there. And also, you won't, when we say hello and hey, how you doing, we mean it. It's not like there's no faking the funk. When we say hello and we point you to the bathrooms and everything, it's a friendly family environment. It really is.
It is.
It
I've
you know
been there.
oh okay. Mona's been there. You know, still need to get her singing. Just I have something to ask Mona, but off air. Sorry. When it does happen, if it happens, then I'll share it with you. But I'm sorry, I had a moment. Now back to Galilee. Our Wednesday night Bible studies begin at 6:30, but it's 6 o'clock. I would suggest you come out at 6 o'clock because that's where we have our dinner. And there's more than enough food. Don't have no shame in your game. You can go back for seconds. or either pack it up to take it with you. But the main thing is that we physically feed you, and we fellowship, and we laugh, and we talk, and you can go back for seconds. But the spiritual feeding is really, not only is it important, but it's the way he teaches. And you don't feel like you're in such a restricted classroom situation. You're going to get called upon to answer something that, he doesn't embarrass anyone. If anything, it's, I want to say, audience participation, because it's a fun way to learn, but it's a serious. He's serious about it, but you just have to come and experience it, because when people say, let's go to Bible study, when I first was going, I was saying, oh, where can I sit to where I'm not going to be noticed? I'm serious. I just didn't want to have to, but it wasn't like that. It's really a really fun and friendly environment.
Okay.
We get her past that. Yeah. Yeah, no. So please come out and join us for Wednesday night Bible study, and it begins at 6:30. And we look forward to seeing you there, and you'll have a good time, I promise. And you'll want to come back and learn. It's about learning and applying the Word of God to your life. So you're invited. Now I'm going to turn you over to Mona, who's going to we can remind them that and our advertising.
Okay. New Testament MB Church Pastor Pre-Anniversary Banquet, celebrating the 18 years of service of Pastor Frederick C. Roulette with the New Testament MB Church family, Saturday, October the 21st at 5 p.m. Guest speaker, Pastor DeJuan Malone, psalmist, Lady Rita Malone. It will be held at Woodman of the World, 2114 Hilton Drive, Florence, Alabama, 35630. Tickets, $25 for 13 and up, $13 for 4 through 12. Come and fellowship with us as we celebrate our pastor and all that God has given us through him. You can contact Tanisha Roulette at 540-522-5721 or Tina Kurtman at 256-415-0883.
Sounds like a good time, Miss Lady.
I know. I'm interested.
Are you? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess you can give them a call and find out if you if you can get tickets in advance.
Okay.
So that's why
we'll find out and we'll let them know.
Yeah, so if you can get tickets in advance, and or if you could buy them of course you can get them at the door, but I would think that, I don't know.
Get them in advance.
I would think so, because of everybody coming up that day or that early evening, and then trying to purchase tickets, and hopefully they have a good crowd.
We'll call Taisha or Tina.
Yeah, there you go. See, look at Ramona. She's getting ready to investigate.
Yeah.
And we don't have long. Again, if you're looking to do some advertising here at WKAX 1500 AM, as well as a sister station, WMXV 105.1 FM. I had to listen to myself to make sure I had the call letters right. But if you're interested in any advertising for your business, big or small, please give us a call at 256-712-2887. Anyone here who picks up the phone will be able to help you. Mona will be in the office, and then she will be out of the office. So don't be surprised when she comes into your business and offering our services here at Knox Media, because we do have a budget that will fit. We do have see, I'm getting it confused. Mona was supposed to jump in and help me. She's just let me ride this canoe down these rough river waters. That's what she said.
We have packages to support your budget.
Look at that. Look at that. She saved me from the rushing river waters. But we do. So just give us a call again at 256-712-2887. And we can get you on the airwaves, and so people will know your locations and what you do, what services you provide, your hours, and you think you're doing something now, we can make you bigger and better.
Yes.
And we have a friendly group here. And churches, please give us a call. We're all in this together. We are all in this together. Winning souls for Christ. So we have a church package that will fit your budget, and Mona and anyone here at Knox Media will be able to explain it really good to you, what we could do to help your church grow, call her. Call and ask for Mona.
Call and ask for Ramona.
Yeah, Ramona. That's what you do. But no, it's been a joy. I'm gonna save the caveman. I was gonna say caveman. He's not a caveman, but that story later. But with that little boy, God bless him, because it had to be scary for him. He's 12 years old. That it was his behavioral therapist and friend,
Yes.
and no one's around. And soon as he started doing that, the CPR, that's when the dad busted through the gates. You could see the mom was on the phone, and then they were calling the ambulance. So that's a feel good story. That it was scary, but it was a feel good story. So God bless that little boy.
Turn it around.
See, she gonna start singing. That is a song.
You on the spot?
Huh?
You gonna put me on the spot like that?
No, that's what I'm gonna talk to you about afterwards.
Okay.
Not that I'm gonna have her do it on the air. If this child ever just bust out in song on the air, I'm gonna be like a proud mama. I'm just gonna sit back and just smile and let her sing. I may get up and do a hand clap for her, a little side to side thing, but
No, you gotta help me.
if this show is to continue at all, I am not to sing on these mics at all. This is for Ramona. Not for Janet. No, for reals, I hurt somebody's feeling.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't think
I don't believe that.
No, not really. But listen, we're going to end this for today, just for today. And Mona and myself, we do look forward. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I get it.
Yes.
So we look forward to seeing and talking with you tomorrow. We've enjoyed you today. I've enjoyed Mona. So
I've enjoyed you.
Yeah, thank you. You've been listening to WKAX 1500 AM. We are the Winning Worship Radio Show, the faith frequency on your dial. I'm Janet. That's Ramona Mona. And we look forward to talking to you tomorrow, okay? I love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Peace.